3-deckers, as it happens, the greatest ships in the game. Not that I'm going to pay for upgrading, heavens no. 2 colonies got seized by the Spanish. Ah, that is true. That is very true. These 2 provinces were lost. Not in the traditional sense as well, seized by the accursed Spaniards. And I'm sure that was one of the many times where I exclaimed my hatred towards the Spanish. And there was a YouTube comment that I'm going to call out here. Well, call out's not the right word here, but I'm going to bring attention to regardless. After I bring ourselves a new general, because we're kind of lacking leadership around here. I feel that we need Barban Falk to help us out these days. Oh, nice, that bit of siege is what I'm looking for. So somebody on YouTube said, does Jake really hate the Spaniards? It seems like he goes against them in all of his campaigns. And no, I do not hate the Spaniards. What people need to get through their skulls is that when you hear things in these campaigns that sound like I have some kind of problem with nationalities, it's because I am channeling the nation that I'm actually playing as. And in these campaigns, the Spanish have been a complete pain in my rear end, so it stands to reason that the nation would be somewhat peeved with them. But YouTube commenters aren't the best at critical thinking, much like the Spaniards. So we're in here, we're going to take this fortress down, easy peasy. In fact, I have far too many troops and I don't want to drink that attrition, so spread out just a little bit. Just a little bit. And try not to take as much of it. Cowardly forces against us, but we have heavies and they do not. The jihad is over. Tsang will cede a province. Nice, we actually won. And I have massive favors with Transoxiana there. I wish I'd checked my war participation, but it must have been good because I got 40 favors there. So I'm going to spend those favors, keeping that trust mega high. I'd like to do the same with Russia. So I will, because if I get it up to 80, they will really not want to break alliance with me. They still could if relations fall or they really want my land, but it'll at least prevent them from making me a rival. Jake's reading his PR document, proclaims Lucky. How's it going, Lucky? Hope all is well. Alright, Malacca's got money for me. Let's have it. The Moluccas I really should be taking money from, so let's actually collect using one of our less useful traders, like the guy who's in... I don't think Canton is doing me any favors here. I suckle what I can down here, but I could just as easily privateer Canton, so let's do that. It's also pretty quick for him to get over there. More cowardly forces, but they all just sink away. As soon as I have this fort, I can make my peace deal. It's elementary at this point. Although disease outbreak is a real pain in the bum. Nice, that's good money, but stability can seldom be bought at a good price. 40 favors. What did your allies not do that you're raiding the coast and sinking their navy counted for so much? Blockading is a constant tick on your participation, and I blockaded a lot of coastline. I'm just really good, I suppose. What can I say? Right, this gets Pasai out of my hair massively and puts them on the back foot. When I get this, I'll be able to take full 100%. I just need this fort to fall. And after that, well, there's a lot of coring to be done, as there often is at this late stage in the game. The question is where I go from there. I actually want them to keep their alliance with Hadramut so I can fight Hadramut again. Gosh darn it. Pretender Rebs. As long as the Pretender Rebs don't take their capital, it won't be a problem for me. Portugal is Papal Controller. I want to invest in a bit of myself because I would like to take it. Oh damn, Pasai just lost their alliance with Hadramut because my ally Hormuz decided for a nationalist war against them. Still, I got what I needed and I'll take what I... Okay. That's a lot of overextension that I can't really afford. I don't want to give up on this too much. But that is a lot of overextension. Dang it, they don't deserve to keep that fort. I want that fort. I could leave them with a crummy province there. But I'm taking money to make up for this. It's the problem with being a pirate. I don't have huge amounts of admin efficiency to tank all that overextension. I also have a bit of overextension, so I need to make more leeway than just that one province. I could give you up instead. It's 80 something. And that's actually fine. This island is actually of no particular benefit to me. 93.7. Oh, well, that's just perfect. Made to measure, in fact. Wait until cores are done. Not an option. There we go. Pretty much perfect, I hope. I certainly hope. Yeesh. That's almost scary the way that is. I can make it just a bit better by going and clamping down on something like that autonomy. Then I get the absolutism up, and suddenly this is not such a problem. Careful thinking, forward planning. Why can't I? Oh yeah, Gao's under siege. Gao. Get yourselves over to Siak, except for you guys. Get yourselves over to there, and we're all good. 0.1 is still over. I think overextension of events check for 101%. I could be wrong. I haven't played around with being over the overextension limit. I don't care about going over the aggressive expansion and just having loads of people coalition you, as long as I'm playing for that. But overextension is just... You can't play against that unless you do some tricky strats of changing culture and getting mega fast coring going, which is a very legitimate strat, just not one that I'm going for. What does legitimate strat even mean for this game? Also, the Cyber Pretender Rebels, could you please piss off out of my country? I got nothing to do with you. Surplus to requirement. Oh, and I'm not at war with the Ming either, so let's take back our muckle-heavy fleets back here. Got loads of heavies just kicking about here now, which is kind of cool. But the coolest thing of all is just taking all of this money from Ming. This is almost painful. Painfully large amounts of money. I kind of wish I could buy institutions at this rate, but I truly cannot. It's growing in my country, just horrifically slowly. It's like 1% per year. That's how it feels, at least. Well, it's getting there in Derby. Actually, I wonder why it's going so fast in Derby. It's not like I developed you up. Although I should develop you up again, you've got the coal. When it comes to coring, nothing will beat your Mingles campaign. Weren't those negative cores? Yes, they were. Ottomans sowing discontent because they are nasty pieces of work. Profits for poor people because I'm a good businessman. And for goodness sake, get out of my country. I have a lot of units around here. I need to think how better to use them. It's just coring takes a wee while. I did not get admin from coring, sadly it doesn't go that way. But they were instantly cored. They would core in negative time. So they'd be done before I even thought about doing them. At least they would if the game appreciated my take on the flow of time. Let's keep that election going. I like having a guy that is powerful and everything. I also like yearly inflation reduction. Much as I like coring, let's get that, please. Okay. Right, next Diplotech gives us the great frigates, and then I'm going to be super happy about building boats because they'll never be redundant ever again. Pretty happy with the Catholicizing of Japan that we're doing here as well. It's going at a good rate. Let's just keep at it. Actually, since I reduced autonomy on you, it should be nice and easy to get you converted, relatively speaking. And with them eliminated, it is time for the coring, as it often is. Right, large army, large navy, what to do with it all? Could have these ships all upgraded into their greatest three-decker form, but that's a big investment. But I will. Why the heck not? If you have the time to go back and look for the Mingos campaign, Jake was the first to do it, and the result of having Mingle ideas in the faction of Old Ming was oppressively powerful. It was a lot of fun, but I can't really take all the credit on that one. There's a bunch of guys that I've played games with for many years, and they helped massively with the theory crafting of that. It's Laika, Lucas, Callum, Tandy, Cameron. I'm not going to say they're great guys, but they're guys. Recht. With that done, where does my attention lie? Of course, Brunei. You're allied with Malacca, but what do I care about Malacca? The answer is I don't, and I have Brunei caught up in a pincer movement. Basically, there's sweet nothing they can do against me. I know I just upgraded these ships and they're a bit banged up like they're in some kind of Cuban jail here, but they will get repaired over in the Malayan Sea. And let's just send them over. Will we see a return of black magic at some point, Jake? I missed my Scottish witch doctor. I reckon so. So as I'm sure anybody has noticed, I don't really do many exploits these days. I find that there's a bit of a... I don't like any of this. I guess justice is above all. Bit of a conflict in like working on a game and at the same time going, hey, check out all these crazy exploits. So I've definitely shied away from those in the past wee while. But I won't be working for Paradox soon enough. But I still have to be a bit professional about it. I can't just spend my last days at Paradox looking up all these sick new exploits to use, because well, you know, I signed papers against doing that. Not specifically that, but it falls under it. So I might go back to doing what I used to do before I worked at Paradox, back when I was trapped inside those security offices for so long, and actually spend some time theory crafting how to break games, including Paradox games. There's always a way. It just takes a creative approach. And it's that creative approach that has me usually accidentally break games that I'm playing. There's no cores you have on land that I'm about to take, which is good. I remember running into some bugs in Doom 2016, and Max was watching just saying, how does he do it? Sometimes I wonder myself. Okay, looks like Brunei doesn't see this war coming, which is awesome, because let's just raid him to give him a sense of foreboding. Good, bring on those cores. Naval technical developments. Our shipwrights are already excellent, but they're currently undergoing a burst of creativity that's leading to newer technical improvements. Who am I to stop them? Well, I'm the guy that wants Diptech 26 to get the best frigates. And my institution tech penalty just keeps growing because I can't get enlightenment to save myself. And I keep taking new land, reducing the amount of enlightenment in my lands. Alright, there's no point in doing anything with Malacca here. Like, at all. I just keep them under blockade and laugh my way to the bank. I am burning on manpower, though. I'm not being very conservative with my units, nor am I particularly using mercenaries, like these guys. I would actually like to get rid of those mercs. Despite aforementioned troubles with manpower. But my thinking here is that you guys can do the sieging. Where's his capital? Oh, it's right there. Well, what a nice capital. I think I'll take it. Send 5 over there. And just meet them in the middle. Malacca's under... oh, ooh, didn't see that coming, did I? Go and help out there if you can, please. He certainly wouldn't have seen it coming, but that's an easy few battles for me. Stole a couple of... raid while we can, of course. Hang on, I lost? He took over my heavies like they were made of butternut squashes. Oh well, let's just raid our way into battle and take them over. Still don't want anyone crossing this. But I'm not sure if it's worth dedicating... Yeah, hell, it's always worth dedicating a few 3-deckers to that. It's an important strait, gotta hold it. Is that really all this Joker has? Well, it sure will be. Joker is right. Alright, looking cool, Joker. Let's get out of here. Nice. I think I lost a couple of transports there, but I gained myself some heavy frigates. So, when in doubt, just privateer Malacca even more. Privateer it until there's no Malacca left. Burgundian what now? Can't believe Burgundy, they're getting way ahead of themselves. Grab myself a heavy ship that I don't really want. It's a regular old 2-decker. Who's got time for that? Liquidate it into sailors and continue on. And I'll give you a decent... Oh, I'll give you single mother, why not? Well, that's a good reason why not. I'm about to go and do some battle. Single mother, go do what you do. There we go. I think I've got all the provinces I could ever reasonably want to colonize during this campaign. Yeah, granted, there's some ugliness around here. Since I'm already present here, why not take over the rest? Means I'm going to need to deal with Vinland, who have these Portuguese Norse provinces. Hideous, but we'll deal with it. We always do. So taking you over is probably very expensive, but I'll do it. And then there's you. I have you fully blockaded, but that's not enough to get you out of the war. I could probably just send troops over to kill you, so I will. I feel almost sorry for my enemies, the way they hemorrhage ships for me. Add some extra transports to make up for the ones that I lost. And back we go. I didn't see that coming. The Okinawans still wanted to rise up, but I have the everything to stop them. I didn't convert them, go figure, so they're still a bit mad. Ming, how keen are you still on defending Manchu? Relatively, you didn't get messed up enough. But Manchu are allied with Tsang. I should have attacked Manchu whilst Ming were at war with me. But I obviously didn't think hard enough. Sunk their flagship, but no big deal. More 2-deckers to just liquidate into sailors. And now there's no real navy of theirs for me to worry about, so back we go. Back we go. Alright, I've got what I need to take everything here, except the capacity for coring, but we'll have that dealt with soon enough. And it's only 71. Only 71 over extension. Malacca isn't even worth fighting for the money. And good grief. That's that autonomy drop for you. And I am trying to convert that, so I would like to get back there as soon as possible. Maybe I should get around to converting Okinawa. It's animist, so it should be super easy to do. It's been a while since we got something for the ship museum. You say that, however, I have managed to get Geo over here. It's just a regular 2-decker. I quite like that they stick to the kind of ship they were that I took. So we have early Carrack. Do we have Carrack? We don't have regular Carrack. We have Galleon, War Galleon, and now we have 2-decker. Someday I'll find myself a 3-decker. And I have that in the Manatine Museum. Because when you go to a museum, you want variety in what you see. I went to an awful Viking museum that just had loads and loads of nasty beard combs. I'm like, that's not what I signed up for. That's not what I signed up for at all. Just to get rid of you, no big deal. I want ultimate frigates. Right, I have armies way too big for the fleets or even the supply limits that I have here. And there's no real organization to them, which is kind of shameful for me. But the fights that I have are already kind of messy, so it's no big deal. Russia! European traders in China. Excellent. I never thought this would actually fire because I'm not European. But since we have European traders in China, the price of Chinaware has gone way up. Well done, Russia. Please pay off your debts with that money. And give me even more money to privateer here. Oh, that is well good. Speaking of well good, decent dosh, but I need the admin, so let's just take it. We'll get our cores done and continue on our merry way as best we can, as soon as we can. Of course, the Russians appeared here. You need 10% trade power for that event, as I recall, so where are the Russians trading? There we go, they got 10% in Canton. How, though? Provinces. Ah, nicely done. Nicely done, my great ally, Russia. I'm glad we're such good friends. Transoxiana. Nassau. Yeah, I'll keep that. Keep those favors with Nassau. Could need him some day. So, Denmark's looking a bit roughed up by Brandenburg. I kind of want to rough up Brandenburg themselves, but they have good friends. Denmark evidently does not. So if I war against the world Denmark, I should be able to take Gotland away from them. I don't have anybody ready for that, as I never built up a transport fleet for you guys. Would have been a clever thing to do. Still remains a clever thing to do. I certainly have the supply limit for it. Yeah, not having the capacity to do that's a pain. Let's fix that as quickly as we can. No, not a flagship. I have a flagship. Yeah. I need 40 of them. Do I even have 40 coasts here? 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 31, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40. So let's make it 42. Lovely. So in a year I'll be able to transport you guys around, but for now I should probably declare the war since he has no allies, and then I make my move on Gotland just to desperately get some enlightenment in my country. It's not a lot, but it's some. Getting Åland would be nice as well, but it could drive a stake between myself and Russia. It's getting really hard to be friendly with Russia. There's not a lot more I can do to be friendly with them. I mean, the amount of subsidies I would have to give them to even make an impact here is insane. I suppose if I gave them... No, their friendship is not worth that, and it only goes up to 15 anyway. Other ways to keep good friendship for a long time. Enemy of enemy is good, military access is good. I guess the raided coasts will slowly go away, and that helps me out greatly, so let's not worry about it too much. However, let's still declare war on the Danes. Why is Brandy fighting Nassau, Jake? Because Nassau is attacking them, which might be a good reason to fight you. How did you get that war without involving France? You attack Gelra. Gelra is Brandenburg and Pomerania. Do you have any other friends that would be nice to fight? Saxe-Lauenburg, not a good one to go for. That brings in Burgundy, who I'm not too keen on. Because Holland is a good one to take. It's got enlightenment. It's in this area of mine. It's high development. But we'll go for the Danish Gotland island. Someday I'll have the enlightenment. The enlightenment's got to be out there somewhere, right? Who are even you? Okay, well let's go and pick up some of you to deal with that. Oh right, I have more transports right here. No need to even wait. I doubt you'll get there in time. Severely. Yeah, it's going to take you 2 months. So go to Daru anyway, they'll move over to you, I'm certain. Hadramanes. Okay, Yemeni. So they actually spread their culture here, which means there mustn't have been any natives. I doubt they killed the natives. The AI doesn't really do that. Alright. Don't the Russians get an opinion modifier for you privateering where they have that province? I think their bigger concern is that I'm privateering Novgorod to hell and back. But too bad for them. Our efforts to promote settlement growth have paid off and Draken's base production has increased. Draken always produces. Surprised they don't want out of this war given how banged up their friend is, but that's fine. A long truce in Malacca is fine. Oh, Christ. Not paying attention to the rebels at all because I just keep getting them. Okay. Oh, I already sent you guys off. Oh, that's a lot of them, sire. I won't make it up there in time. No way, no how. Not even sure you'd make it in time just to prevent that occupation. Hey, you would. You'd burn for it, though. So let's give you our greatest guy, Barban Falk, and get you on there to stop that occupation. And maybe you can march up there. Not a chance. I struggle to think of ever having used Navy so much in this game. It's kind of crazy in a way. Actually, I'll never get there in time, but maybe, just maybe, I should actually back up that fight. Man, didn't I say there'd never be any revolts here again? And I got it. Well, high overextension and no particularly good ideas is not very great for resisting such revolts. But it's a good excuse to move these troops around a bit. It's also a good excuse to hemorrhage the kind of manpower that I'm shelling out here. Let's take this back and at least get one of these stacks to hello. The Japanese are at it again. Once you get that, you guys are off to Madagascar, lucky buggers. You Take that back and we're all good. So many revolts. Maybe I need to rethink my stance on humanist ideas. The sheer amount of time it saves you with revolts. It's pretty tempting. Not that these Japanese are much of a problem, but these super high development areas here are a different story. It's also land that I need to add to my trade company regions. Alright, let me think. 20, 50 odd. Alright, I'll just send you guys right the way over. And then get on that fort as soon as you can. And cores start coming in. I don't like the fact that particularists want to rise up. You tend to get a lot of those in unpredictable places. But there's a very small amount of them, and it's just because of Sacham. Did I ever get that guy that reduces my unrest? Yeah, you are totally worth my time now. Sacham. Oh yeah, this one that I just took. Yeah, I guess. I got the people to deal with that. And if you're probably going to rise up in Sacham, I should probably be ready for you in Sacham. Maybe I should consider playing high corruption strategies. That minus 20 unrest would be pretty awesome. Pretty awesome at reducing all revolts ever. But the thing is, revolts are just a bit of a nuisance. Unless it's really early and you're super overstretched, or if you're an Irish pirate, it's really no big deal. Got all this mill with nothing worth spending it on. I don't want light infantry companies. It's great, a huge amount of morale and great units here, but I'd be hugely overspending, and I think I'd rather invest this massive amount of mill into getting institution spawn. What I can also do is get myself that 36 navies. That isn't all of them. They're not all done. But we'll get you there anyway. If there's places that already almost have if they almost already have enlightenment, then it could be useful to boost it, like in Derby. It's a good province. I could certainly do with extra coal from it. The problem is that it's not coastal, and I would far rather develop a coastal province, such as Ayrshire. Boy, would I like Ayrshire. And hell, it's almost there. And it already has a university. Ayrshire's a good opportunity then. Well then, welcome to local development cost reduction and bringing up that coal. There we go, got it present. Who else wants it? Where else can I get the coal in awesome places? There and there. I must have other coastal coal areas that I super want. Like you, I don't have anything that particularly reduces your development cost, however, so it's expensive to do it to you. It's better to do it in areas like you. This is a great area, but it's not a good one for developing. That's hilly there. Makes sense for the coal mines. And then of course there's you. You fulfill a lot of good criteria. You are an area. What is Tsushima? No, oh, that must be a victim of the map update. Still, great province. No enlightenment, but we could bring the enlightenment here. Think of the good effects. Alright, I'm convinced. Convinced of the excessive cost, but let's do it anyway. Not an accepted culture. What a pity. However, that brings the Enlightenment to me, and I'm ever closer with 6.2% of Enlightenment. Good enough. I bet Ottomans are key for... Yeah, the Ottomans are ready to be raided again. Not that it really matters that much. I'll just do a quick one here. The amount that I get out of it. Sure, it's a lot still, but relatively speaking, 68 isn't that much compared to the 23,000 I have sitting around in the bank. It's enough to make me look at this and think what can be built. Like, could I have more training fields around to really squeeze out the manpower? I mean, if they already have no building slots, it's kind of looking good for me. Who else can bring a lot? Chikuzen. And I always want more shipyards as long as they give me a high amount of force limit for it. Build a bigger bank to hold more money. Yeah, I'm closer to hitting the money cap with this than certain other campaigns. It's 40, but not 42. Musashi down, so who else is going to go? The lower the autonomy, the better the investment is. But they're all about the same, so let's just pick one at random. Blong. Right, practically no overextension, so I just annex Brunei. More like goodbye. And get back to our favourite, more coring. I'll need someone to actually look after those provinces. Do any of them have the supply limit for that? Yeah, one actually kinda does. So we'll get you over to Tarakhan. If only I had the boats for it as well. I should have the boats. There you are. I still remember Timbuktu campaign, says SWAT. I know, and nobody will ever let me forget it. Maybe I'll come up with some cracking exploit that allows you to get infinite money straight away, and I'll just do Timbuktu so it's done forever. Mutiny, or the captain's word is law. Sounds like mutiny to me. Goodbye stability. That's expensive. I guess captain's word is law. Because what I can do is strengthen my government. And it costs mill, but mill is what I have. Admin is not what I have. Timbuktu failed. I didn't complete Timbuktu. I lost motivation for it. It was not going well though. I so overextended in that campaign. Played really badly. Alright, this looks quite agreeable. And the money is absolutely barbaric. And others, 58 ducats. Beautiful. Just beautiful. Pasai, you're going down next, and since I have free diplomats, I shall start investigating. Gale. Should strongly consider privateering Gulf of Aden. I don't want to build any more light ships right now, because I'm very close to getting the Great Frigate. So anything I build I'd have to upgrade later anyway. I also forgot I am actually at war with the Danes. So are the Russians. I probably should have pulled them in for this war. Now I will... Oh, that's kind of cool. Brandenburg Revolutionaries. Do the Danes have a fleet? Not really. Yes, but no. So let's get our ships on boat and take over... Gotland's the only one I really care about. Taking Ocel is a liability, and the Russians already have Åland and probably want Åland. Good lord, our relationship is not good. If we have one bad event, that's that broken. Oh, well, hey, we're on our way. Why give up on one of our favorite pastimes, raiding? Swedish separatists now, that is nae good. At least they don't get war score for holding Denmark, or rather holding Stockholm. Huh, what a way to say it. It's like a simplified Nordic. I think the goal for it was a bit lofty even for Jake. Didn't you say ducat cap is million? Yeah, it's 1 million ducats. It used to go up beyond 2 point, what's it's the overflow value, and then go into minus that. Those were good times. Oh nice, papal influence, that's like stability. Well, it's not like stability, it really directly translates to it. So if I take this, I'll get some war score, and he wants peace, he really wants peace. Taking this alone should be enough to get Gotland, because he's just getting... Ah, come on. Oh well, Gotland, Essex will be occupado. But that's okay, it's protected by London. The one fort I have on the important British Isles. Swedish separatists, just butcher them. Nobles in Stockholm should sort it out. Yeah, Christian the Good will take care of it. Den the Good. Stopped in by Denmark actually, was in Copenhagen on the flight towards Silesia, so it doesn't make a lot of sense. We went here. And then we went this way. But who said we had to make sense? Forget debt and loans. Haven't taken a single loan this campaign, and we're going to keep it that way. What about Faroe Islands and Iceland? That would be a good point if they had enlightenment. They do have enlightenment. Well then. Let's get more ambitious. Is something exploding in the background? Yeah, the neighbours occasionally move some furniture upstairs. Don't know why. Don't know why they do it twice every day. But do it they do. War never changes. In exchange for some peace and quiet, our vassals are obliged to pay more income to us, their overlord. They're not called into any of our wars, which we believe is a great trade-off. For some gold, they're excluded from almost all wars. One of our vassals wonder if it weren't better that they were called into wars instead of paying these, in their meaning, ridiculous sums. So that is no doubt Korea, angry that they pay us 0.37 ducats per month. There's a very good reason I don't call them into my wars. They would get slaughtered. I wonder if he's going to move his capital back to the mainland, because then I could steal Jeju off of him. It would be a terrible province to take, but it's an idea. So the Russians arrive, they don't help at all, and it's only defenders desert. In their meaning, isn't that Swinglish? Yes it is. Alright, Gotland is down, and wow, just by taking that I can take all these islands. And why not take a bit of Dosh as well? Well, that's just swell. Doesn't put me over the limit, does it? Of course not. 71 plus 18 is not 100. 100. The Danes are stuck there. And that brings us ever closer to being enlightened. Kind of. Alright, well thanks for this. It's going to be a pain to police it all, but we'll try our bestest. Back we go to Rumden. And I think there was a province I could have raided along the way but forgot. There we go. Doesn't that just feel so much better? Oh, I bet I haven't raided the Dutch in forever. I'm gonna have to change that as well. So much booty coming in. So much booty. Wait, I think I just raided myself because it was occupied by rebels. That's fine. Survival of the fittest when it comes to our pirates. Thanks for the money. Now I desperately need some manpower to get that back. I'm in a deficit of 21k. And these rebels aren't going to make it much easier for me, are they? Tidoran. Oh, crumbs, that's Tidor for you. Now granted, I'm in a great position to jump on them, but why they gotta be like that? Discontent doesn't help. Overextension, war exhaustion. Just a little bit and they'd go away though, but I don't have enough for a bit of stability increase. I could just hope. Hope they don't fire now. Utsunimiya. It's probably Japanese. And Mahri, who's to say? Keep you around because I still need that admin. Get rid of that edict there. If there's any other edicts taking up my... Oh yeah! Socotra is a place. Oh crumbs, I almost forgot about you. I'll have to deal with Socotra after that. And... you guys don't need any fancy edicts either. Anybody else edicting? Sure would be nice to have a macro builder for this, wouldn't it? Got my institution here, almost. That'll be a nice boon for us. Good grief, I do not have the manpower to sustain these. Demands? Maybe. Oh. Also no. Alright, get on that boat. Cost me even more attrition. If there's a big war going on, I'm just gonna murk it out. Could certainly make more money off of Constantinople, couldn't I? I need to send more. I also need to continue purging my land of these accursed Shintos. They should know better than existing. Oh wow, Spain lost some mainland to Morocco? That is not right. I'm pretty delighted, but it doesn't make it any less wrong. Congrats to Russia, they managed to take Stockholm. And congrats to us, we got ourselves a new ruler. Malacca's gonna gun down Pasai, shouldn't bother me, I doubt they'll take any of this. But I could warn them against such an action. If I send a warning, then I'll be called to war against Malacca if they do that. And I don't want them causing troubles against Oh my Mamluks. There is a chance they could take stuff like this. So I'll tell them, oh my god Mamluks! Keep it in your trousers there, what have they done? They just gobbled up the land that I was after. There's going to have to be a big war against Mamluks eventually. And they've been spared the auto-wrath for the longest of time. Can we beat up Spain more so they lose their colonies? The colony liberty desire is still pretty low, which is a bit of a shame. Irish Catholic trader, on the cheap no less. But I like improved relations, but I really like cheap. Cheap and something I can foster. So Catholic Irish, Sunni Sumatran, English Catholic. We got many people helping us out here. Well advised, so I get more advisors. Sweet. But I like these reduced price ones quite a lot. So much to pay attention to. Let's take this back. Who else wants to rise up? Takeda, Tidora. Yeah, Tidora should go away now, actually. We had the turn of the year, so the separatism should have died away. And as I get these cores done, even more of the unrest should die away. Keep getting this. But maybe all this revolt risk isn't helping me out. It's not a pulse event, so it has an irritating way of firing for me. You surely don't need to come back here, right? That separatism will go away soon, as will the overextension, so there's no reasonable way for me to think that you guys will rise up. So I will bring you back here, because there's plenty of fighting needs to be done. All the while I'm in even more pain for manpower. Enough to want more training fields, that's for sure. A whole lot of training field. What is this? Oh, they went for it! Pasai, your faithful ally, is requesting you come to their aid. Malacca have no allies, and they went for it. Well, you're my good friend now, Pasai. We're in this together, and I've got to bring you guys back home, so that kind of sucks. I'm gonna get rid of you, just so you're not hopefully too much over the limit these days. I'll also get rid of one of your precious cannons. Your unit weight, I think, is being yeah, it should be okay. What? But how? I've had this province forever. Oh, right, Todoran separatists. And I guess that place is Todoran cultured. We'll get ourselves over there, and it's maybe in plenty of time. 31 days. No. How can this be? Single mother. You'll get us there in just enough time. Wait, how many days are there in June? January, February, March, April, May, 30. There was an early run, I think it was the Mingles, and it was of vital importance, the number of days in September. And I said to chat, I'm not good with days of the month. How many days are in September? I got a lot of answers. A lot of people said 30, some said 31, some said 20 odd. And one person said, come on, it's the first one in the rhyme. And that tickled me good and proper. Somebody else said 420, and then in all capitals, I'm blazing with a lot of G's. I've kept a screenshot of that around because it's kept me very, very happy. So this is a fantastic event. I don't know what triggers it. I've forgotten what triggers it. Probably the awesome economic ideas I've taken. National Bank. Although there must be more to it than that. Lose inflation. Great. Because I do have some. Gain stability, also great. Gain loads of ducats. And keep inflation reduced. Wonderful. We don't bother with interest, why would we? God, that's so much money. Well, Brelix saw the funny side at least. I got fleet basing rights in Russia, so I can actually put that to use and instantly crush Malacca. Or I can be exiled here because I don't have military access through Russia. I used to have an exploit for this. But you have to fully get on the boats for this to matter. Oh wow, he would have run right into that. Nope, I like it. Get back out there. Wait for him to get locked in. Where's my Japanese force? Oh, I took them over here, of course. Well, back we go! Jeez. There's no rest for these guys. Alright. Easy war for easy money, and I get to trash their fleet and feel good about it. In fact, we'll have Single Mother trash their fleet. Anatomical theatre sounds like more innovativeness for me. So that's all good. Disappear for 3 hours. Jake's still pirating? Yes, I am. Probably not for much longer, though. I do have work in the morning. And I do like work. I like being awake for work. I wonder if I should let Basai dictate the peace. They probably want the land, but I don't want them to have that land. Doesn't do me any favors. But they wouldn't give it to me. Well, no, there's a risk that they would, and I shouldn't take that risk. So I should just take the dosh. I could, wonder if I could vassalize them, and then I'd be at war with Pasai, and then I'd crush what's left of Pasai. It's an idea, but it's not an idea I'd like. It would push me over the limit and cost me some dip. In fact, why even wait around? I'll just make my peace now. It's not the end of the world if Pasai takes some stuff here. Just get my units back. Today's a holiday for Americans, so playing games all day. What holiday is it? It's too early for Thanksgiving. I have to say I'm enjoying this run. Back to the VODs I return, says Terraluz. Well, thank you, Gruntilda. More revolts, of course. Can I actually reach there before you do your thing? No, far from it. They're going to get that, unfortunately, unless I am clever, which I am. And I send... Was that Royal... yeah, it's Aberdeen's regiments. What a guy. Let's send you, clever folk, out on the boat, like so. You folks have to deal with this. You'll be outgunned, but I'm sure Barb and Falk will help you out there. And I'll just climb even further into manpower deficit. Hey, look, you can even go and help them out if you feel really fast. I wonder if they arrive and reinforce the battle, which they did. They didn't add a landing penalty. Interesting. The things I learn. Rewatching your Ryukyu World Conquest, it's amazing. Will we see another one? Actually, I'm warming to the idea of doing another World Conquest. Probably not as Ryukyu. I'd like to do it as somebody like Haida, because they're pretty isolated and probably the most difficult nation to World Conquest with. I haven't done a World Conquest in ages, and my advice is always don't do it. But it would be nice to, I don't know, just shake things up a bit. Oh, goodbye manpower. It's not like I have any. Unsuitable recruits. How about no recruits at all? Please, game, I need enlightenment. 6.2% of Naxosian. And it's my biggest and best provinces as well. Like the only thing that's really crying out to me that I could do is just turbo develop another one. Oh, I don't want to deal with Pasai separatists. I guess I'm gonna have to stand around on Cavalli to deal with them. Especially well-led Pasai separatists. Hopefully they revolt away from the Mamluks and it'll give me more to chew up, because I don't want to fight the Mamluks over that. Those Pacific Northwest ideas are actually quite good. Yeah, but you need quite good for a world conquest, which is a different kind of criteria. God, these institution tech penalties are bending me over. Liking the look at that Naxosi in Japan on the map, though. Ottomans sowing discontent, because that's what AIs do.